Good afternoon.
And welcome.
Yes, welcome. This Lenten season, Pastor Wendy and I are going to be doing our Food for the Flock and our Sharing the Good News article virtually and together.
Yes, we thought we ended Lent last year together doing this, so why not try it again with our sermon series, live and in conversation.
So let's go ahead and get started
Pastor Craig, did you hear it? Did you guys see?
Okay, I'm here trying to get started with the message and then squirrel.
No, it wasn't a squirrel, it was our cardinal.
Okay.
We've got this cardinal at All Shepherds, and he's been coming since the summer. And he started in the back room, and he keeps coming and trying to get into the window. And now, with winter, he's moved into the sanctuary and the gathering space. And so every time, about this time in the afternoon, he comes by
that
and he's
cardinal.
cooking. Yeah, see, you even know.
And it's not just a click, it's a thud.
Yeah, it's really bad. But even he interrupted my sermon one time. It was so bad.
With a thud.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of crazy because the more I think about this cardinal, the more I kind of realize I feel a bit like him in this time of the pandemic.
You feel like a thud?
No, not quite like that, but I feel like I'm hitting my head against a wall over and over again because it's been a year and I feel like we've made all these changes and done all these new things, but still it's overwhelming and there's still so much because I'm either trying to change everything that I've done, and that's overwhelming in itself, or I'm trying to do everything new, but I'm still trying to keep the old too. And it's just overwhelming, and there's so much going on, and now with all the snow days and all the extra, and just it's hard.
Well, and the reality of it is, we as the body of believers, the church, are going to have to be a different church post-pandemic.
But that's scary.
Prior to what we were pre-pandemic. Oh yeah, it's scary. It means we're still going to be venturing into this unknown.
I want the same.
Well, I want the same
that
too.
Comfort and what I know and what I like, but yet I can't have it. And so then it just gets even harder.
Well, and that's why we're going to do some work in this Lenten series. At All Shepherds, we're going to do some work on focusing on being in the spotlight. And for this week, we're going to look at what it looks to be serving in God's grace. And we're going to tell those stories of old, the story of the priest, the Levite, and how they totally do what they're used to doing, but it's the Good Samaritan who serves. And then it's quickly followed thereafter with Martha and Mary. And Martha seems to busy herself with things that don't need done. And Mary, well, she does the things that need done.
Which is fascinating because at St. Mark's, we're going to be looking at what are our stumbling blocks at faith. And we're starting this week with talking about the temptations of Jesus and how temptations continue to stumble and keep us in our faith from going forward. And so maybe as we're thinking about this, there's a lot of stumbling blocks to trying to figure out our faith and how we are to be God's servants.
And here's the good thing. You know how you said it was scary that the church is going to look different post-pandemic than pre-pandemic? Mm-hmm. The fact of the matter is, one thing's the same. We're going to God's Word. And it's God's Word that was there for us yesterday. It's with us today, tomorrow, and forever.
And that's what Lent's all about, is reminding us to turn to that constant, to God and to God's love and grace for us. And so that's what we're doing in Lent, is we're just kind of recommitting ourselves, returning ourselves into God's love and grace and word.
Well, and with that story of that bird really hits close to home, because that bird has been trying to get in this church. So, in the good spirit of serving, I think I've helped us with our problem.
Okay, let's see what you got here. Oh, I see. You bought a bird feeder. It'll be perfect. And I, too, have been researching, and cardinals love sunflower seeds. So we're going to have to fill it with some sunflower seeds and hopefully help this little cardinal in this time that he feels like he keeps hitting his head in the window.
And hopefully no longer that window will be a stumbling block for him, but at the same time he'll feel embraced by this food and that we do care for him. Well, my friends, It is so good to be with you. We will see you this week at All Shepherds Lutheran Church, either at 8, 9:30, or 11. And you can join us via live stream at 9:30 and 11:11 as well. Or you can be with us at
St. Mark's, and we'd love to have you. We will have a 9 and 10:30 worship in person. We'll also be on Spectrum 1020 and the radio station.
Right.
And we invite you and encourage you to participate or virtually on our YouTube channels later. So hopefully you can join us and let us rely on God and ask God to help us into this future, whatever it may be.